Matt Eberflus has to go yesterday. And this Chicago Bears team confirmed with their terrible choice on a 4th and short in the fourth quarter to go up 31-28 against the Denver Broncos that this team is for sure tanking. Fields did everything correct today. You need a deep ball? Bam. You need a touchdown throw to your running back? Bam. You needed a touchdown to your tight end? Double bam. You needed a good read? Bam. You needed to go to your number one wide receiver and DJ Moore? Bam. And the Chicago Bears lost today because of some terrible coaching decisions. And I hope that the Chicago Bears make an in-season change immediately. Before I get into that, though, I want to start off with saying thank you to everyone for your support this past Sunday against the Denver Broncos, for over 215 people coming out to our second annual viewing party at Murphy's Bleachers. Yes, I am going to get into the game, but I was overwhelmed with how much support there was there, how many people I met, how much of the Bears community came together. It was amazing, even with a team that's struggling right now. And I cannot thank every single one of you enough for tuning in, for coming to the viewing party. If you weren't able to make it, totally understand. But I cannot thank you enough for all your support. And I just wanted to say that to you guys. This is what keeps Just Another Year going. And we're just getting started. So back to what I was talking about on a really bad note and not smiling. Bears versus Broncos. Bears fall to the Broncos 31-28 after giving up 24 unanswered points in the second half. The Bears suffered their worst loss after giving up that many points unanswered in the fourth quarter since the 1930s. Matt Eberflus is now the worst winning percentage coach in Chicago Bears history. We got the good, we got the bad, and we got the ugly. It was a building stone today for this team. There was confidence, there was a momentum shift, but it wasn't enough. And now the Bears are 0-4 entering Thursday Night Football against the Washington Commanders. Hello, welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde, and as always, thank you for tuning in. If you please good, before we get into all the highlights, please hit the like button on this video. Put your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you please good and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button with notifications. First off, Justin Fields, I still stand with you. Fields played his heart out against the Denver Broncos today, having a legitimate career day and one of the best days of a Bears quarterback. He went 28 for 35, which is an 80% completion percentage, 335 total passing yards, 9.6 yards per throw, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Yes, he did have a fumble that led to a touchdown, but guess what? He was under immense pressure, and honestly, I thought his arm was going forward. But 4 touchdowns, incredible. A 132.9 QBR, and yes, the Bears lost with those stats. I'm honestly still in shock. I stand with Justin Fields 100%. A hell of an effort by Fields, and I am grateful he is our quarterback. Another person I'm grateful for, Khalil Herbert. A tip of the hat is deserved for Khalil Herbert today, as he kept the Chicago Bears in this thing just as much as the next guy. 18 rushes for 103 yards, which is 5.7 yards per carry. 4 receptions for 19 yards, and one of those being a touchdown reception. This dude did everything he could to help out the Chicago Bears today, with a diminished offensive line on top of it, and we still lost with those stats as well. But he made it fun. And this offense showed they can move the ball. And I'm honestly excited to go to Washington, who is on a 2-game losing streak, and hopefully win that game. I cannot go 0-5. I just can't. Anyway, DJ Moore also, tip of the hat. His second 100-yard receiving game out of 4 games with the Chicago Bears was very impressive today. Moore made a highlight-type touchdown catch to get things going and give this Bears team and fan base some life. Today, he had 8 receptions for 131 receiving yards, which is 16.4 yards per catch. Very impressive. In 1 touchdown catch. Dude has been worth the trade, absolutely. Again, his second 100-yard receiving game out of 4 this year. Hard to see that when we're 0-4, but he is exciting, he is leading, and he's helping expand this offense and unlock Justin Fields. Cole Kmet, he gets the bag and he gets you touchdowns. Kmet had 2 touchdowns today, along with a ton of yards for a tight end. making the offense look even more legitimate. That first video was his first tight end of the day, and then he had another, making him a career-high day for touchdowns in one game. 7 receptions for 85 yards with a 12.1 yards per catch and 2 touchdowns. He got the bag, and the Chicago kid is trying his best to make this team win games. Tip of the hat to Darnell Mooney as well. 4 receptions for 51 yards, 12.8 yards per catch. And shout out to Equanimeous St. Brown. I am sorry, the coaches had Chase Claypool in over you, Equanimeous. You and the Bears actively did a great job, while the Bears are also actively trying to trade Chase Claypool, according to Jay Glazer. But a huge day blocking and a huge catch for 21 yards. Insanely impressive to get this offense continuing to go. But my God, WTF, not going to say the whole thing, kid show. At the end, what the hell are Luke Getsy and Matt Eberflus doing? 4th and short. You run it up the middle when you could go up 3 points, making it 31-28. Again, confirming that this team is tanking. The Chicago Bears currently own the number 1 and number 2 overall picks in this upcoming draft. I'm over Eberflus. Get him out of here. Fire him tomorrow. If I'm George McCaskey and I want to save this fan base, save this franchise, and Kevin Warren's in my ear, I'm firing him. I don't care who takes over as head coach. Anything's better than Eberflus right now. And sorry, coach, it's not working. Go back to being a DB's coach. Speaking of the defense, there were a few positives. Bears defense got a sack. Their only sack on the day. Nice job by Robinson and company getting after Russell Wilson. Negative, that was the only sack today. That's 2 sacks through 4 games for this Bears defense. Pathetic. 24 unanswered points as well. Chicago Bears lose this game. TJ Edwards with 8 tackles. Tremaine Edmonds with 8 tackles. Terrell Smith, the rookie from Minnesota, 5 tackles, 1 for loss, and 1 pass deflection. And Brisker, 5 tackles. Eberflus just isn't the guy. Feels worse than Trestman. Great talent on this roster. Absolutely terrible coaching. We'll get more into that later this week. But with that, thank you very much for joining this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. And again, thank you all for your absolutely unparalleled support. Can't thank you enough. I truly mean it from the bottom of my heart. But with that, thank you very much for joining this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde, and bear down.